Приветствую, любители приключений на своем канале. С вами, как обычно, Часть, и мы продолжаем проходить игру Эффект Массы ремастер. Так, что здесь у нас по кодексу и по заданиям? В прошлый раз, по-моему, мы кодекс не особо не успели почитать, да? Так, обитатели галактики, члены совета. Так, турианцы. Культура. Несмотря на то, что турианцам свойственны индивидуальные желания, инстинктивно они стараются считать себя частью группы и ставят общие интересы выше личных. У турианцев сильно развито чувство личной ответственности, турианская честь, которую отмечают представители других рас. Турианцев учат самим принимать любые решения, неважно, несет оно добро или зло. Самым тяжким грехом в глазах собственного народа считается ложь о содеянном. Турианцы, совершившие убийство, пытаются скрыться, но в случае прямого вопроса большинство сознается в преступлении. Турианцы имеют ярко выраженную склонность к работе на благо общества и самопожертвованию, поэтому предприниматели из них никудышные. Чтобы исправить этот недостаток, они заключили союз с волусами, предложив защиту в обмен на опыт ведения финансовой операции. Армия турианцев является стержнем их общества. Это не просто вооруженные силы, это общественная организация, охватывающая все аспекты их жизни. Пожарные бригады служат на благо как населению, так и военных. Инженерный корпус занимается постройкой и поддержанием работоспособности космопортов, школ, очистных сооружений и электростанций. Торговая пехота обеспечивает доставку ресурсов на все планеты. Ни хрена себе, даже торговая пехота есть. Интересно. Турианцы, биология. Ядро Палалена, родной планеты турианцев, имеет низкое содержание металлов. Эта планета обладает слабым магнитным полем, в результате чего большая часть радиации попадает в атмосферу. Чтобы бороться с этим, большинство жизненных форм на Палалене приобрело в результате эволюции защитный металлический экзоскелет. Плотная кожа турианцев, напоминающая пластины, делает менее восприимчивыми к слабой радиации длительного действия, но не является природной броней. Их толстая кожа не способна отражать пули и направленные сгустки энергии. Несмотря на то, что жизненные формы на Палалене имеют углеродную структуру и используют для дыхания кислород, основу жизни на планете составляют декстроаминокислоты. Таким образом, турианцы оказываются в очевидном меньшинстве. Кроме них, единственная известная разумная раса для обеспечения жизнедеятельности организма, которым необходимо декстропротеин, являются кварианцы. Пища Земля, Назари, саларианцев. Эволюция последних происходила в биосфере, основу которой составляет левоаминокислоты. В лучшем случае просто пройдет через организм турианцев, не оказывая никакого питательного действия. В худшем случае вызовет аллергическую реакцию, способную стать причиной летального исхода, если не оказать своевременную медицинскую помощь. Так, интересно. Турианцы, военная доктрина. Войска турианцев, которым далеко до жестокости круганов, опыта Азарии и мастерства людей, известны своей великолепной дисциплиной. Офицеры и сержантский состав обладают многолетним боевым опытом. Новобранцы проходят тщательную подготовку и не испытывают страха в бою. Турианские подразделения никогда не отступают, если линию обороны прорывают. Они отправляют новых солдат на позиции, окружая противника. Известная пословица гласит: спину турианца можно увидеть только после его смерти. Набор в учебку происходит по достижению 15-летия. Прежде чем солдат будет приписан к войсковому подразделению, он проходит обучение в течение года. Большинство служит до 30 лет, после чего уходят в запас. Даже в случае ранений, не позволяющих служить на передовой, многие соглашаются работать в тылу. Биотики встречаются нечасто, несмотря на восхищение их умениями. Рядовые солдаты зачастую не доверяют биотикам. Турианцы развивают навыки владения биотикой у специалистов, которых они называют заговорщиками. Командование войсками осуществляется децентрализованно. Отдельные отряды могут запрашивать поддержку артиллерии и воздушных сил. Турианцы часто используют боевых дронов для решения несложных задач. Кроме того, они применяют смешанные войска, бронированную пехоту, прикрывают с воздуха. Они предпочитают методическую, неспешную тактику, редко ввязываясь в рискованные операции. Традиции очень важны для турианцев. В каждом легионе имеются штатные историки, которые записывают его почтенные боевые достижения. Самые древние записи датируются эпохой Железного века. В случае уничтожения легиона в бою его скорее восстанавливают. Его скорее восстанавливают, чем заменяют. Турианцы набирают во вспомогательные войска бойцов из числа захваченных или поглощенных ими малочисленных рас. Обычно это легкая пехота или тяжелая кавалерия, обеспечивающая поддержку основных сил турианцев. По окончанию службы во вспомогательных войсках солдаты получают турианское гражданство. Как-то так. Ну, пока сделаем перерывы на кодекс. Посмотрим, что тут у нас. Цитадель. Странный сигнал. Цитадель фанат. Пропавшие пехотинцы. С Кахоку поговорить с Горотом. Так. Дойдите доктора Салиона. Газ сообщил вам конец последнего месторождения доктора Салиона. Отправляйте систему Гершеля в пределе Кеплера. А ну-ка. Кеплера. Ньютон. Гершель. Вот оно. Так. Изначально пояс астероидов проверяем. После сканирования поля астероида вы обнаружите крупное месторождение платины. Здорово. Тут нету ничего на планетах, пустые вообще. Так, команда, вы готовы? Я в этот раз со штурмовой винтовкой зайду. Хаски, что ли? Подопытный. Блин, ну это не человек. Это... Хер вообще знает, что это. Похоже на хасков, но не хаски. Какие-то... биомасса какая-то. Мышка что-то тупит. Все вроде бы нормально. Так, тут ничего, что-то тут по По снаряжению как-то здесь все очень бедно.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy. Please, don't let him do this to me.
This is my kill, Garrus.
You're all crazy!
Never hesitate when you've got the enemy in your sights, Garrus.
Point taken. Well, I guess we're done here.
Медицинское оборудование, соленое, испачканное кровью представитель многих рас. Светло-голубой, фиолетовый, оранжевый, в многих местах темно-красный. Пора возвращаться на Нормандию. Но это животное, его зачем миловать? Что с ним? Зачем мне Гаруса надо было останавливать? Нет, наверное, надо было Гарусу все-таки дать ему самому прикончить этого ублюдка. Не стоило мне, наверное, в него очередь и штурмовые винтовки выпускать. Надо было, чтобы сам Гарус его кончил. Так, пока у меня самая лучшая броня на Гарусе. Задействована электроника для взаимодействия предметов средней конструкции. Наносит 101 урона в радиусе 8 метров. 400 урона щитам противника. Хорошо. Талия, у тебя все еще броню, да, мы? Добиваем. Шепард не прокачался, да? А, это предыдущий уровень. Понятно. Все, давайте убираться отсюда. Хотя, в принципе... Я не знаю, есть ли смысл какой-то им это все давать или нет. Если они этим не пользуются, ни хрена. Так, пока в Нигеле ничего не буду переносить, потому что на всякий случай, может, там новые торговцы какие-то на планетах будут, и у них надо будет что-нибудь купить. Торопиться не буду. Так, возвращаемся на Нормандию. Может, Кайден что-то новое расскажет.
Anything you need, Commander? I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. And we were on the scene faster than any other, Commander.
Отдельного ничего он нам не сказал. Так, ну это в Нигеле, оно вообще даже для продажи не годится. Блин, она сильно по точности бьет, очень сильно. Мне бы модуль на увеличенную точность бы хороший.
Looking for supplies? You bet, man.
Давай нахрен. Пока больше не буду ничего продавать. Ну чё, Гарус, пообщаемся.
What can I do for you?
Something bothering you?
It's Saren. I'm starting to wonder whether we'll ever find him. He's always one step ahead of us, and he's got those damn Geth.
We're getting close, Garrus. We'll find him.
I wish I had your confidence. I just can't stand the thought of him getting away with everything he's done. I know you're doing everything you can, and if anyone can catch him, it's you, but if there's anything else I can do to help, anything, just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
I understand your concern, but we'll find him. Just make sure you're ready to go when we do.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready. Can I ask you something, Commander?
What is it?
Are you worried that the Council might be protecting Saren? I mean, they were really dragging their heels before. What if we find him, bring him back to the Citadel, and they refuse to act?
I get the feeling this isn't a question. Speak your mind, Garrus.
Well, maybe we shouldn't give them the chance, Commander. In my opinion, Saren's too dangerous to be kept alive. Too much could happen. He could escape, or the Council might let him go. If we find him, when we find him, I say we make sure we stop him permanently.
I'm glad you see it that way. I never had any intention of capturing that bastard. When I see him,
Вот
he
такие мы.
dies.
Good. The Council won't like
Каратели.
it, but they can't stop you either. You see, this is why I want to be a Spectre. You never have to worry about bureaucratic idiots making a mess of everything.
Just make sure you're ready when it happens.
Yes, sir.
Commander? Looking forward to it, sir.
Shepard,
So, you'd rather be a merc than help your people?
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard? I'm tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
So you're just giving up on your people?
I gave up on fighting for a lost cause. I'm no hero, Shepard. Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
You ever think about helping your people?
I try not to. But there's a lot of Krogan mercs out there. I'm always running into them. Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. But that's just part of the job. You don't get to pick who your enemies are.
How long have you been a merc?
Long enough. I took my first contract right after I left my home system. It's good work. It doesn't kill you.
I get the feeling you enjoy your work.
Sure. You get to see the galaxy on someone else's credits. And most days end with a good fight. I've tried more organized fighting. Private armies and such. But it gets too messy. I fight best on my own, or in very small groups. I don't like people relying on me, and I bloody well don't like relying on them.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Так, может еще Тали что-нибудь расскажет?
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Видите, даже по шуму ностальгия бывает. Так, я, наверное, сейчас все-таки вернусь на цитадель и сдам задачи, которые у нас есть. У нас там дохренища задач просто-напросто скопилось, которые нужно сдать. Так, и на этот раз я возьму, наверное, с собой опять же Эшли и Рекса, чтобы выполнить по квестам. Достижения. Так. Не знаю, есть ли смысл ставить на стоп. Или уже так играть.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Что там у нас?
I haven't spent much time with any Krogan before you, Rex. I have to say, you're not what I expected.
Right. Because you humans have a wide range of cultures and attitudes. But Krogan all think and act exactly alike.
Look, I didn't mean... Just forget I said anything.
Done.
Блин, вот жалко, что нельзя всех спутников брать с собой. Мне это всегда в таких играх угнетало. А давай-ка мы в рынке. Вот я прям чувствовал, что он здесь будет. Там же еще задача висит с ним.
I've got a lot going on right now, but I can spare a moment.
Great! This'll just take a minute. With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
Conrad, I don't think that's a good idea.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity is capable of. I know you're afraid to trust people after losing your team at Akuz, but I'd never let you down.
What about your wife, Conrad? She trusts you too. Aren't you letting her down?
What? I don't understand.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping humanity strong.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help. I'll go home.
Хоган союзник, есть достижение. Спасибо за наставление. Да не за что. Не за что. Ты просто сильно упарываешься в это. Много на себя берешь. Того, что тебе не по силам. Может, для Рекса что-нибудь взять?
Yes, human. You need... Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human. Yes, human. You need something. Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
Лицензия Get Armory. А что, у меня не было, что ли? Полярная звезда. Ученый.
Yes, human. You can... Yes, human. You need something.
Блядь.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human. Yes, human.
Это блядство.
All right then. Good tidings to you, human. Yes, human. You need something, eh? Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
Так, давай теперь в президиум. Нет, 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 нет. У нас там еще одна спутница должна быть. Если в команду смотришь, то там заметно. Давай ее тоже в пистолеты. Давай подготовка. Физподготовка. А, Рекс, точно. Вот, и мы сейчас это...
In the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
У меня, кстати, пушки прям хорошо сочетаются с этой броней.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard.
Возьму
XO
в
Presley
команду
stands
эту
relieved.
девушку и, короче, с этой девушкой полечу на цитадель сдавать задачи, чтобы закрыть достижения с ней. Так же, как с Коганом сейчас закрыл. Так, по-моему, сюда. По-моему, здесь она находится. Бля, какие же здесь саундтреки охуительные. Пиздец, охуительная музыка. Магма какая-то. Ебать, какие пейзажи охуительные. Так, вот и первая сюжетная задача у нас. Тут... О-о-о-о! Его можно уничтожить вообще или нет? А, он танки высадил. Ах, ты ж ёбаный ты, ублюдок. Петух гамбургский. Да можно, конечно, но... Прокачаться хочется. Во, и я об этом. Давай Шепарду дробовики. Гарусу электроника, талия, добиваем броню до конца. Восстанавливает 50% энергии щита в секунду. То есть, другими словами, весь щит. Так, а где здесь обходной путь? А, вот он. Ну, сомнительный задний ход. Где охрана стоит. Ай, блядь. Увернуться не удалось. Ох, в Африку улетел. Так. А сюда можно зайти? Видно, что можно. Протонные. Далее, тут сейчас вольфрамовые бы не помешали. Ну-ка, боевой сканер пока и поставлю. Так, а с гранатами, кстати, что там? Фугасная, да, только? Броня. Скелет. Пушащий урон нет. Так, тут пусто. Ну, с ружьем я здесь не вижу смысла ходить. Тут с пистолетом нужно. Ладно. Ох, как его сладко протаранил. Опа. Они уже, смотрю, в атаку прям пошли. Гет солдат. Ух ты ж. Хуярит-то как. Расстрелял просто-напросто. Опа! Лап. Поглощающее поле наносит 50 единиц урона в радиус 6 метров. На короткое время лишает противника возможности использовать биотические и технические способности. Увеличивает время восстановления на 30%. Лишает обычных противников возможности двигаться на 3 секунды. Нормально. Так, а тебе что качать? У тебя такие же навыки почти как и у Гаруса, блин. Блять, а тут не пройти. Обскалу его. Блять, нахер вы с пистолетами? Я думаю, чё не так, блядь?
Good to go.
На себе гигант. Ты ж прыгун какой. Чем так херачит? Ой-ой-ой. Ваншотил. Сваншотил меня. Блядь, ну хоть автосохранение есть. Это ж ему похеру на это. Сукин сын, а? Чем бы его наебнуть-то? Еще и по стенам лазит. Бля, да дали, блин. Ёшкин кот. Меняй оружие. Неужели? Так, вроде бы все. Я так понимаю, у нас тут что-то есть, да? Забьете патроны, боевые. Так, сейчас все посмотрим. Ага. Есть. Так, у него какое? Вот это нужно, да? Активная ткань. Давай. Так, все, по модификациям мы улучшились. Для брони. Так, а здесь... Кинетический стабилизатор. А чем они отличаются-то, боевые сканы по уровню? Не совсем понятно. Давай уменьшение отдачи. Так, ну хоть локацию новую сделали. В виде какой-то шахты. На том спасибо.
It looks like this cavern formed a railroad after it was built.
Не простреливается. Ух ты ж!
I wonder what the arm's looking for in here. Most protein bombs have nothing more than dead instrumentation.
Hello? Could somebody help me? Please? Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara to Sony, I presume.
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, alright?
How'd you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Your mother is working with Sarah. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I am nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Взрывные патроны. То, что нам нужно. Так, и что здесь делать-то дальше? Куда теперь? вот. Тут подобрать типа нужно. Методом научного тыка мы сделали это. Полоневые патроны, по-моему, хочется Гарусу улучшить. Слушай, а тут какая-то винтовка новая. А, ну на них улучшение не ставится. Нет, спасибо. Хотя у нее новый этот... скин нового у этого оружия.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Seren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit? But I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
Ну пипец.
We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
Какой лифт? Ну а тут нас ждут. Воитель Кроганов.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
Is this really the time?
The atmosphere is perfect for a life and death struggle. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Ублюдок. Кстати, тут можно на нем дробовики опробовать. Блин. Забыл кое-что поставить. Бля, он для нас как щенок. Выбрались.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds, we would have been swimming.
Поисковое задание. Достижение открыто.
Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
It's a coping mechanism. You'll get used to it.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours. But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
What cycle? What are you talking about?
The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
Интересно развиваются события.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team.
Хорошо сказал Рекс.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill him.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Угу. Температурный монитор. Температурный монитор, еще один.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my metal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Так, похоже она...
Yes, Commander. Goodbye, Commander.
Если по карте ориентироваться, похоже она где-то здесь. Ага.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Alliance medical personnel take courses in alien biology, just in case.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Так, минуту, сейчас я гляну, сколько у нас времени осталось. Так, ну время у нас еще есть, поэтому можем смело общаться.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Ничего себе.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Понятно.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Sarah?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought aligning herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau. I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in the lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Ух, ни хрена себе, 200 опыта, там кодекса до хрена.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassomi. Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
No, Commander. Just art appreciation.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informed. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0. Beats the brain tumor some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Do you know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Canadians did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle to get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Canadians kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around in a bowl every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same, but things never felt together. Training, you know.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Вот и от Кайдена узнали что-то новое. Так, а тут ничего нового в моей каюте не появилось.
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. Thanks, Commander.
You're welcome, Garrus.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Your sister, I assume?
Until I get home and kill her. That's Sarah, the youngest. Surprised to see you here, sir. Thought you'd be chatting up, what's her name? Tassoni?
Liara. Why would you think that?
Scuttlebutt says you got a bit of a thing for her. I could understand why. The crew's off limits with the regs against fraternization. And at least she looks like a woman.
You think I'm interested in Liara because she's the only one I'm allowed to date?
So you are interested in her. Of course, it could be politics. Alien diplomat's daughter, us under orders to make nice with the bug-eyed monsters. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah. Took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I meet Chief. First thing he did was salute.
You're lucky to have a close family.
Sorry, I forgot about your family situation.
Or lack thereof. Relax, Williams. I've dealt with it.
Asked me to clear a bunker of armed hostiles? No problem. Dealing with a foot in my mouth? Not so good with that. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobyl. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Sounds like that situation didn't last.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have... They do great things to her figure, though.
Это мы уже слышали.
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
О как.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like it was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Бля, вот ненавижу таких женщин. Вот это не женщина, а мужик.
Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell.
Хотя с другой стороны, женщинам нужно иметь самозащиту хоть какую-то применять.
Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was going to end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying.
Бать, какие...
The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not
Какие,
after.
блядь, страсти здесь, Санта-Барбара.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly. both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching though. So behave.
He's not a zombie, is he?
Блять, один ответ хуже другого.
Wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Это не мое дело.
Your beliefs are your business. I'm your commanding officer, not your moral compass.
Just my commanding officer, huh? We'll have to see about that.
What are you saying, Williams?
Me? I'm not saying anything, Skipper. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I'd buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
That's between you and her.
Scuttlebutt says otherwise. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
Какие суки, я просто кодекс заполнял.
Never a dull moment with you, Shepard.
You ever go on any missions like ours before?
Saving the galaxy from certain destruction? No. But I've had my share of adventures.
Do you remember any that stick out?
A few. I remember one time I was hired by a Volus diplomat. What an ass.
I guess even politicians have need of mercs from time to time, huh?
Time to time. If it wasn't for politicians, I'd be out of work. They're always looking for ways to get ahead. This one was no different. He wanted me to erase his past. Get rid of an old friend who knew too much. Huh. His old friend turned out to be an Asari commando.
I can see why that might give you pause.
What? No. Alina and I were old friends. Sort of. We met when we were both contracted to kill the same Turian. Neither of us wanted the other one to get it first. We spent more time fighting each other than tracking that Turian.
An Asari commando mercenary? That's unusual, isn't it?
I wouldn't say it's unusual. Mercs come in all shapes. Anyway, when I told Alina about the diplomat's contract, she and I had a good laugh about it.
So what did you do?
Well, I wasn't going to lose the contract, but I respected Alina. In the end, I let her pick the location where we'd fight. She chose some old Solarian space station overrun with mercs and smugglers. That way we didn't have to worry about hurting any innocent bystanders. Huh. She always was a bit of a softie.
What happened on the station?
What didn't happen? For 2 days I chased her through that station. Used my entire store of ammunition. Had to kill a bunch of mercs and use their crap weapons. By the 3rd day, the station was barely holding together. The mercs were dead or gone, Life support was failing, but I had her. She'd locked herself in the med labs. She was trying to patch herself up. Damn tough, that one. Then just when I thought I had her, the station's core went critical. Barely made it back to my ship in time.
I assume the Asari Commando didn't make it?
I watched the station from a distance. I never saw her leave. And when that place blew, there was nothing left larger than a Turian's right nut. So I headed back to the diplomat to give him the good news and collect my pay. But before I got halfway there, Alina sent me a message. Better luck next time. Now, I'm not superstitious, but if someone can survive that, well, they deserve to live. At least for a bit longer.
Ни хрена себе.
What about the diplomat? He wanted her dead.
I told him the truth. Alina was still alive and she was really pissed. I told him if he wanted to live, he'd need me around to protect him.
And he believed you.
He kept me on as his personal guard until he died. Natural causes. Easiest job I've ever had. A little boring, but credits are credits.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Интересный опыт у Рекса был. Тали, может, что-то мне расскажет.
Something I can do for your command. Aye, Commander.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First we stop sailing, then I'll worry about my own problems.
I should go.
See you later.
Понятно. Ну, в общем, тогда мы сейчас летим на Цитадель. Гаус мне ничего больше не скажет.
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
What for, Garrus? You're welcome, Garrus.
Commander. Oh.
Блять.
Goodbye, Commander. Commander.
What for, Garrus?
For everything.
You're welcome, Garrus.
То есть там без вариантов, одни и те же ответы.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what
you bet, Commander.
Улучшение брони. Удлиненные рельсы мне эти не нужны, я их не буду использовать, это однозначно. Все, пока больше не буду ничего продавать. Так, летим на Цитадель. Нет, 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 нет. Кто же там у нас был? Эшли, по-моему.
Equalize.
Лиара, Басук, ученая Зари. В принципе, мы с ней ходить не будем, поэтому я просто так навыки эти поприменяю.
The interior pressure.
Импульсное ружье гетов. Вот и перевооружили ее.
With exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Опа, это кто? Контр-адмирал Михайлович.
At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Commander Shepard, SSB Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. And the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
Captain Anderson made it clear to me that my assignment came from way up in the brass. They say jump, I say how high.
Remember that when I tell you to jump. I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. the Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Ох ты ж, опыта сколько-то дали.
So, Liara, you've spent 50 years studying Prothean ruins and artifacts.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
I think you've spoken for scientists everywhere, Liara.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Gerard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindoir. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she alright?
Not really. She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hope you talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to. She's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Блин, тут 150 человек меня ждут, и все хотят задание мне выучить.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what
I'll
you've
open the
got.
rare stocks for you, Commander.
Батя, они уже догоняют потихоньку. Новые лицензии какие-то появились. Хоть я с ней ходить не буду, но чё ей более-менее что-нибудь хорошее дать. Так, куда они там, говорит, наверх подняться?
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the Armstrong cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
Commander, glad to see you.
Wish it were under better circumstances. Where is she?
Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need it. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
I hope I don't need it. Tell your men to stand by.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
Strange.
Stop! Stop! What are you?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
Ну да, с такими промытыми мозгами тяжело вести диалог какой-то осмысленный.
You must have a name you were born with. Can you remember it?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the masters. But the masters, they have lights and hoses. He's melting. Shh! She doesn't want to see that. Don't make her look. Don't look. Stupid.
I know it hurts, Talitha, I'm sorry. But you need to deal with this. What happened to them? Think.
When she thinks, water comes out of her eyes. The masters beat her when she wastes water. So she doesn't think anymore. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying! You get hit for lying! Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why aren't you alive? Why aren't you? Why aren't you like her? Broken, only fit to dig and carry.
For a while, I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindwar?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes they'll leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
Talitha, you were what, 6 years old? No one blames you for staying quiet and hoping they'd go away. The only person blaming you is you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
No, she's no good! Don't want to be handled again!
How did you get here? Did you escape?
She can't escape. They have chains, wires, needles. You go too far, they take your brains away. Animals like her come. Animals with guns. They make the masters explode. She tries to fix the masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move. The other animals take her.
You were afraid. All you'd known for 13 years was the master's abuse. So you tried to heal.
She doesn't want to see other animals. They're not real. They can't be real. They can't see her. If the animals can see her, then this is real. But it can't be. The wires, the chains, the hitting. This doesn't happen to her. It's another girl. A dirty girl. Stupid girl. She deserves it. It happens to her. Doesn't it? They see her, so it's real.
She doesn't want it to be real.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
She doesn't want... Don't touch her!
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
Please don't touch her. She's dirty. You'll catch it.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
You'll dream of a warm place, and when you wake up, you'll be in it.
She'd like that. It hurts when I remember me. But she wants to
О, солдат-союзник, достижение открыто. Еще и новый уровень дали.
Is it over, Commander?
She took the sedative. She wants to get better, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot. I didn't want to hurt her. It's just when I see her curled into a ball and shivering. She was only 6 when they took her. Why the hell are we out here if we can't even keep one little girl safe?
To make people who do these things pay. It's not the severity of punishment that deters crime. It's the certainty.
So we clean up the wreckage, shoot the guilty, and hope everyone else learns not to mess with us? Great. I'll take care of it from here, Commander.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
Commander Shepard? Khalees had been seen in Al-Jalani, Westernland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Нельзя этому ублюдку давать понять, что мы вышли на на его след. Так, сейчас я просмотрю, сколько времени осталось. Так, собственно говоря, время подошло к концу уже наше, поэтому будем прощаться. Если вам понравилось мое прохождение, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на мой канал на Рутубе и Ютубе. Всем спасибо за ваше внимание и до новых встреч, пока.